Live from KSAT 12, the 6 o'clock news starts right now.
Nearly 100 officers, 10 arrests, and 6 impounded vehicles. It's all the result of a weekend SAPD operation to crack down on street takeovers.
Police say they had officers from across the department involved, ranging from street crimes to the Eagle unit. That's the SAPD helicopter. Max Massey sat down with SAPD Chief William McManus about the issue of street takeovers and what is being done.
We put a stop to it as quickly as we can.
Chief William McManus tells me this weekend, San Antonio police, they foiled a street takeover before it really even took shape.
This takeover group was coming into town. They were going to meet up. We found out where they were going to meet up. We have this ad hoc task force that deals with them once they come into town.
SAPD says the group met in this parking lot. It's an area near 410 and 151, and they met on Saturday night.
We converge on it, and we try and apprehend as many of them as we can.
And here in this parking lot in particular, there are so many tread marks. But when you walk around the parking lot, you're actually going to notice something else. You're going to notice pieces of tire. These are remnants from this weekend's meetup.
It's a huge danger to the public, and that's what has everybody so concerned. Not only the motoring public, but pedestrians that may be in the area as well. And the folks who are encouraging this activity, they're at risk as well to get arrested.
The chief tells me that some of the suspects now facing charges, they actually came from other cities.
Houston, for one place, for sure. The individual who we believe to be the ringleader of the groups as they were coming into town, we arrested him.
Street takeovers first became an issue for SAPD about a year and a half ago. But police say they now have a new legislative tool at their disposal.
House Bill 1442
is now law in the state of Texas.
That enabled us not only to impound vehicles, but to seize them as well for forfeiture.
While he says House Bill 1442 has helped prevent and even deter similar crimes, McManus has a message for anyone considering joining a street takeover.
What is your message to them?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't come to San Antonio. Not only do you run the risk of losing your vehicle, getting arrested, being cited, but you run the risk of hurting someone else, and then your problems are just starting.
Max Massey, KSAT 12 News.
Now, you heard the chief there reference House Bill 1442. It is now a law. Here's what's actually in the legislation. It allows police to impound and potentially seize vehicles used in street takeovers.
But some conditions here. That can only happen if a suspect is found driving recklessly, racing, or otherwise breaking the law. We have a link to this bill, now law, in its entirety, right now on KSAT.com. An 18-year-old high schooler arrested this afternoon. Joshua Castro is charged with capital murder in connection to a shooting that killed 2 people last month. His alleged accomplice, Sebastian Toledo, took his own life after being cornered by police in a far west side home earlier this week.
Yeah, we told you about that story on the Night Beat. The pair are believed to be responsible for killing a man and a teenager in front of a Circle K gas station on Potranco Road back on December 6th. SAPD warns there may be other suspects still out there. If you know anything about that shooting, please call the San Antonio Police Department at 210-207-7635. It started as a tip from a source late last year. Now it's impacting high-profile court cases, including one involving San Antonio police officer, former police officer, who's accused of shooting a teenager.
We are talking about those hundreds of messages between the Bexar County District Attorney's Office and the criminal justice reform group, the Wren Collective. Today, those messages were the focus of a court hearing. Erica Hernandez has been leading our coverage on this fallout and explains how we got here.
On November 29th, KSAT requested all correspondence between the Wren Collective, District Attorney Joe Gonzalez, and First Assistant DA Christian Henriksen. Last Monday, KSAT received more than 200 pages of those conversations. The next day, we broke the story, showing you the discussions about policy like bail reform, plus details of county meetings and high-profile cases. Gonzalez appeared live on KSAT and confirmed working with the Wren Collective, but saying his office sought their expertise in order to improve the administration of justice. We dug deeper and learned the Wren Collective is a group of former public defenders who operate under the umbrella of a California-based social and environmental justice reform nonprofit. Then came reaction. The San Antonio Police Association and a former prosecutor both said these conversations crossed lines on several legal issues. SAPOA called it unethical. Senior Criminal District Court Judge Ron Marnell responded to comments in those conversations about local judges, saying those messages were inaccurate. Then Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar sent the Ren Collective a cease and desist letter through his attorneys, telling the DA not to share the content of their meetings. This week, a subpoena was issued to the DA's office by the attorneys of former SAPD officer James Brennan. In 2022, Brennan shot then 17-year-old Eric Cantu outside a McDonald's. The case is talked about several times in the messages with the Ren Collective. Brennan's attorneys believe the messages are grounds for a change of venue.
These type of conversations that any district attorney would have with an outside group trying to influence any case, not just a high-profile case, is inappropriate, and we believe it's relevant to our change of venue motion.
That ruling, if in favor of the defense, could have an effect on Brennan's case. Now, we reached out to the DA's office asking for further comment on these conversations. We were told last Friday they would no longer be commenting and even refer to our coverage as fake news. To read more about this and to see those messages, you can head to our website, KSAT.com. Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
Now to new details out of Uvalde. Despite a grand jury investigation into the shooting at Robb Elementary, law enforcement officers may not face charges for their failed response. According to the Texas Tribune, experts say police officers are almost never criminally prosecuted, and charges for failing to act are even more rare. A grand jury convened last month to investigate that law enforcement response. Around the same time, U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland visited Uvalde to present the findings of a 575-page federal report. Garland said that lives could have been saved if officers had confronted the shooter earlier instead of ignoring protocol.
Tonight, we now know the name of the man's body pulled from a submerged vehicle in a Southside Creek. He's been identified as 23-year-old Eleazar Diego Flores. Flores' body pulled from a car in a creek along Highway 16 near Lone Star Pass in Leon Valley on Sunday. According to the medical examiner's office, he died from blunt force injuries. He was the only one in that vehicle.
The latest now on the border security bill. That legislation has been blocked from advancing in the Senate. The measure included aid for Ukraine and Israel. The vote was 49-50, but it wasn't split along party lines. Key Republicans like Senators Lisa Murkowski, Susan Collins, Mitt Romney, even GOP leader Mitch McConnell voted yes. Similarly, key Democrats, including Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, voted no. Killing the bill enables Schumer to force a procedural vote on an emergency aid package for Israel, Ukraine, and Taiwan. That means he can get at least some of the aid Democrats want without giving in on the border measures Republicans negotiated into that failed bill.
Over to Fort Worth now, and crews have started removing debris from the front of that Sandman Hotel where an explosion injured nearly 24 people, a lot of it in the street there. That explosion happened almost 1 month ago, and fire officials in Fort Worth still have not determined the exact cause of the blast. They say removing the chunks of concrete and rebar will help investigators find out the cause. The fire department also says there was no criminal activity involved.
Look outside with live cam. We were all excited about the sunset last night. Take a look at this. It's kind of interesting, Adam.
Yeah, I think this is good. So that thicker cloud deck that I was talking about at 5 o'clock where I was a little worried it'd be too much for a nice sunset. Well, the sun is now on the back side of it. It should get some good color underneath it. So this may just work out okay with the break in the clouds. This could be good. Have your cameras ready to go basically from now all the way till about 6:40 p.m. And I want to share some of your photos at 6:45 if you have snapped any good ones. KSAT Connect through the Weather Authority app. It's been windy. Still a southeast wind steady at 15 miles per hour here in town, and at times gusting up to 20, but nothing like the 30 mile per hour gusts we were having earlier today. So the wind is pumping the brakes. It'll continue to do so. Temperatures just falling down to 60 degrees tonight. That's going to actually lead to some areas of fog tomorrow morning. Moisture is increasing, visibility reduced. We'll talk more about the foggy mornings, more than just tomorrow, and our updated rain chances for the weekend in just a bit.
Thank you, Adam. Let's go downtown, not far away from the KSAT 12 studios. And this is I-10 at the Y. And it's the westbound lanes that you're seeing that the traffic that's coming towards us. You might see some cones off to the left side of the picture. That is because there's a metal strip right there that's been added to help with some construction things that are happening out there. But it's also slowed down traffic as people kind of slow down before they hit that metal strip. It's not on the picture right now, but that's kind of what's slowing down traffic there in the westbound lanes of I-10 at the Y.
Tomorrow is the day. It is the first day tomorrow of the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo. And if you're looking to head out for some of the fun, there are some deals you can score, including discount tickets and even HEB and Whataburger gift cards. Scan this QR code for a rundown of that. But one of the deals you can snag right now, free tickets to the Rodeo Fairgrounds on opening day. All you have to do is become a KSAT insider, which is free.
And we know there are only limited spots inside the Frost, so if you can't make it out to opening night, we've got you covered. Just tune into KSAT 12. We'll air the opening of Rodeo, opening night. Then afterward, you can watch our Rodeo special happening from 7 to 10. Again, that's tomorrow night. You can also catch the action on KSAT.com, KSAT Plus, and the KSAT YouTube channel.
This year is a leap year. It means we have 22 days left in this month, not 21. But do you know why we get a leap day, or what would happen if we didn't?
We look at our calendar and it would say one thing, and look outside and it would look like something completely different.
It all has to do with how we define a year and how long it actually takes the Earth to go around the sun. It's all coming up in a KSAT Explains. Plus,
he has not really seen a dentist recently. Since he was 2 years old, and he's 11 now.
Coming up after the break, UT Health opening a new dental clinic for patients with special needs. Hear from a parent about the gap this aims to help fill for patients with disabilities. Next.
it is hard enough for most of us to remember to floss, but it can be especially hard for families of people with special needs to even get dental care in the first place.
And hoping to help tackle that issue, UT Health San Antonio's School of Dentistry opened a special clinic today for patients with special needs. The school plans to teach dentistry students, residents, and specialists alike how to care for children and adults with intellectual, developmental, cognitive, or physical disabilities. Its new director tells Garrett Berger it's a gap that needs to be filled.
UT Health San Antonio's School of Dentistry cut the ribbon Wednesday morning at the Phil and Karen Hunke Special Care Clinic, where Trish Guerra's excited to be able to bring her son, who has Down syndrome.
How hard has it been to find him dental care that works for y'all?
I will be honest, it's been a challenge. He has not really seen a dentist recently since he was 2 years old, and he's 11 now.
Guerra, who's an employee at the School of Dentistry, says it used to be hard just finding an office that would see them.
So where most parents would make one call or two calls to find a dentist of their choice, I'm making 10 or 12, if not more sometimes.
The clinic's inaugural director, Dr. Jennifer Farrell, has a daughter with special needs herself. She says dentists may not feel able to handle patients with disabilities or not want to dedicate the time. Some of the patients can't articulate what's wrong or why they're afraid, she says. So students and dentists at the clinic will be trained to observe their behaviors and understand they're a form of communication.
And recognize that perhaps there are other ways to determine what tooth might be hurting or how to get a patient to sit in the chair, for an appointment.
The new clinic is built to be accessible and comfortable, but Farrell says it's more about how dentists care for these patients than where.
Say I'm a patient with special needs, how would you approach this interaction differently?
I'm gonna start talking about current events. I'm gonna ask about their whatever, is their high. We're having a conversation about just general stuff first, and then I'm gonna kind of ease my way into, so how are your teeth doing? Do you know how many teeth you have?
Transitioning into the work, the way she hopes more dental professionals will transition into this area.
If we can get more people trained and it becomes more of the norm rather than the exception, we're going to have a large number of people's needs met.
Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
Now, if you would like to schedule an appointment, you can go to utdentistry.org/special care, or you can call this number, 210-567-3783. We have all this information on KSAT.com.
It's one of those things you don't think about.
Yeah, we have so many amazing resources in San Antonio.
Yeah.
I like those stories.
A place to see the dentist. It seems so simple, but it can be complicated for some. All right, we go outside, and we're going to talk about rain chances?
Yeah, we are. Rain chances.
All right.
It's been good for us, this pattern so far, February or January now as we get into February, with bringing us rain chances, and it looks like they'll spike again as we get into the weekend. Let's get right to it looking at those. See that 10% chance Thursday and Friday? That's basically a few little sprinkles that could pop up and just drizzle action that we'll have in the mornings, but not real rain. Saturday, we're up to 60%. We boosted those chances a bit. Sunday, we even rose those a little bit and bumped them up to 40%. So it's really just off and on through the weekend. We're looking at it. Not a weekend washout. There will be periods where the clouds break up a little bit, but at least we have a few opportunities coming. So let's talk about it. Right now, some of the energy is already moving into the panhandle of Texas, some shower activity there, and stretching down to parts of West Texas. This is an overall pattern shift that's taking place. We still have this big dip in the upper level flow over the western U.S. and a lot of energy, and then Pacific moisture has come on shore. That's why you see all the precipitation, the blue indicating the higher elevation snow, and of course the green and yellow and red indicating the rain, sometimes heavy in nature. There's a lot of energy mixed into this flow, and it's going to set up overhead as we especially get into the weekend. Yeah, we'll have extra clouds the next few days, but actually rain-making clouds, I think, will hold off until the weekend as this upper level trough, this other disturbance, digs a little bit deeper and puts itself in a slightly better position to favor our rain chances starting on Saturday. It's still pretty early and preliminary, but I do think the first half of Saturday is favored for rain opposed to the late afternoon and evening. I think it'd be more of a morning to midday thing opposed to an afternoon and nighttime ordeal. Then we get into Sunday. Cold front moves in, and we do have another shot at some of those scattered showers. Now, not everybody is going to really reap the benefits of it. I do think some communities will miss out and just get a trace to maybe a tenth of an inch, but there's a potential for some higher accumulations. And I want to point this out where we still have drought. And by the way, this drought monitor will be updated tomorrow, and I anticipate improvements, but we still need the rain, especially in this red area. Bandera, Kerrville, Sisterdale, up toward Blanco. That's the extreme drought. And this is very preliminary. It's model data, so it's going to change. I guarantee you that. And it'll shift a bit. But it's just a good idea it's nice to see what the potential is, at least where we need the rain. And the potential exists of up to an inch of rain if we see a few thunderstorms pop up, which I think we will on Saturday morning, where some of the downpours set up, but it's going to vary significantly across our area, those accumulations. We'll have higher resolution data starting tomorrow, so check back in for those updates. Dew point of 54. Dewies now in the 50s. They're on the rise because the wind has shifted off the Gulf of Mexico, and that's providing that moisture here at the ground. And it's going to increase. That's going to lead to the foggy morning tomorrow, fog and drizzle for the morning commute, and warmer mornings all the way through Saturday. Foggy and warmer mornings. Upper 50s right near 60 degrees at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Then by the afternoon, we're at 72 with a few peaks of sunshine later on in the day. Bernie 70, Pleasanton 74 for the high temperature. This weekend, still mild, but the Sunday cold front will drop temperatures next week. Myra put it perfectly at 5. You still need your jackets, folks. Upper 30s in the mornings next week.
Yeah, hold on to them. Thanks, Adam.
All right, Spurs and the Rodeo road trip about roughly 10 minutes away from getting tipped off, Larry.
Yeah, and so they start in Miami, then they're going to play 8 more games after that. Luckily, they have a break because of the All-Star game and that weekend. But coming up, the Spurs practice in front of some high school kids today, which is pretty cool. And we've got more National Signing Day coverage coming up as well.
The All-Star break definitely splits it up nice. Ends up just turning into 2 long road trips in a row. So it's not actually too bad, but as far as the whole month on the road, it's definitely a little bit of a struggle.
Yeah, life on the road for pretty much the month of February begins now for Trey Jones and the Spurs in big board sports. So So the Spurs held shoot-around at Hebrew Academy in Miami Beach, Florida this morning before tipping off the Rodeo road trip at the Miami Heat tonight. The smallest gesture can have a huge impact, right? The senior basketball players were allowed in to watch the final 20 minutes of practice, and the kids were thrilled to see Wemby up close and in person.
I heard some noise over here. I looked over and saw it was a little crazy, but that's really cool. The type of impact. You see Victor go out there and get all the cheers and everything. It's really cool.
The Heat will host the Spurs here in a little bit at 6:30. We'll have highlights on the Night Beat. It was a sweet day at Sam Houston High School, home of the Hurricanes, as we continue our National Signing Day coverage. The Canes had 5 football players put pen to paper as those young men will continue their education and football careers at the next level. I'm talking about Matthew Alvarez, Javion Harper, Frank Riggins, Jeremiah Espitia, and Jaden Cervantes.
Today, I'm just really excited to come out, and it's a blessing to be chosen to, play at the next level. I heard that it's only like a really small percentage of high school athletes that make it to the next level, and I'm just truly blessed to be one of them.
It's a blessing to make it to the next level and to be playing at the next level. It took a lot of grinding and hard work to get to the next level and to be where I'm at right now.
Very excited. It's always been a dream come true to go to the next level and extend my academic career.
I'm going to Mount San Antonio. It's in Walnut, California. It's a little far from home, but you got to make sacrifices, do what you want to go where you want to go.
It feels good, really. I'm a mama's boy, so it feels a little good, but I'm going to be missing home a little bit.
I love that soundbite. Let's head out to the Den at Davenport High School to highlight more awesome student athletes. The Wolves had a total of 8 young men and women put pen to paper as all their hard work is certainly paying off. KSAT 12 Sports' Mary Rominger was there, and she has more.
Larry, Davenport is one of the newer schools to the UIL scene, but the Wolves athletic programs hardly needed an adjustment period. On signing day, 8 Wolves seniors put ink to paper, also representing the first class to go through Davenport all 4 years.
I'm the first 4-year senior, so we haven't really had a team until this year. The way Davenport, the environment is now, we did that, and I'm super happy to say that we started all these traditions.
We kind of put ourselves on the map a lot, and so more and more coaches started, okay, let me see who Davenport is, and so I'm just happy that we put ourselves on the map.
You really can't do anything without your team, and we really experienced that this year. And winning a state title, it was such a team effort, and everyone was bought in, and you really just have to work together, and it's so great to leave that behind.
Those 8 seniors have surely left a one-of-a-kind legacy. From Davenport High School, Mary Rominger, KSAT 12 Sports.
Thank you very much, Mary. We will have more national signing coverage coming up on the Night Beat.
And hopefully the Spurs start the Rodeo road trip off all right.
Yes.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Larry. Coming up next, why do we have leap year? What is it? What happens if we don't have it? We KSAT explain it all, and we introduce you to the Leap Day lady. Up next.
All right, this year is a leap year, so February has 29 days instead of 28.
It rolls around every 4 years, almost. We explain that and why we have leap years in this KSAT Explains. Have you looked at your calendar lately? February is 1 day longer in 2024.
My name is Robert Castillo.
I'm Raynell Dawn.
And I was born on February 29. 51 right now.
I'll be 64.
But their leap age?
I don't look a day over 16, do I?
I'm 13 years old, so I'm still a teenager. So I tell my wife that, hey, you're taking advantage, you cougar.
Almost every 4 years, we add 1 extra day to the month of February, giving us 29 days that month.
So how long it takes us to go around the sun is not exactly an even number of days.
This is Angela Speck. Her passion and profession is in astronomy.
The time it takes for the Earth to go around the sun is about 365 1/4 days.
But as you might have noticed, our man-made calendar measures 1 year in 365 days even.
So what you get is 365 days for 3 years and then you add 1 day on the 4th year so that then you're back where you started.
It's to make up for that fraction of a day that occurs every time the Earth makes a trip around the sun. You may not be an astronomy expert like Professor Speck, but you probably know that as the Earth orbits around the sun, our planet is also spinning. But get this, the axis the Earth spins on, so to speak, is spinning itself. Think of a spinning top. While the top itself is rotating really fast, it's also moving in a circular path as it spins. But that spin is going much slower than the top itself. That's what the Earth's axis is doing. It's why 1 year is not actually one full trip around the sun.
Less than that, about 20 minutes. And this has to do with keeping the seasons on track. That axis is actually ever so slightly spinning around. Okay, it's very slow. It takes 26,000 years for it to do a full orbit. But over the course of 1 year, it's moved just a little bit. And so what happens is, as you are going around the sun, you get back to the same position just ever so slightly before you've done one full orbit.
Without a leap year, the seasons would shift every year, just a bit. That may not make much difference in 365 days, but it does add up over time.
We look at our calendar and it would say one thing, and look outside and it would look like something completely different.
We would have spring in June instead of March. We would have winter in September, and so on. And so over time, the calendar would get messed up.
A leap day keeps things in check.
It dates back to the ancient Roman period, back to 45 BC, when Julius Caesar imposed a new calendar, which took the Romans from using a lunar calendar to a solar calendar.
That's when leap day became the standard with the Julian calendar. It added an extra day every 4th year. But get this.
For several hundred years, what they would do is they would create a second February 24th. So you would have February 23rd, February 24th, February 24th, and then February 25th.
And that had to get confusing.
It got very confusing. And so by the end of the Middle Ages, they started to shift over to using a February 29th rather than a second February 24th.
Caesar's calendar started running into another problem, the exact issue that we just talked about. The seasons were off, and so were holidays.
By the 16th century, the Catholic Church was running into the issue that Easter, one of the most important holidays in the Christian calendar, was being celebrated too early in the year because of this discrepancy.
The spring equinox helps determine when Easter falls. So long, Julian, and hello, Gregorian. The Gregorian calendar was created by Pope Gregory XIII in 1582, and it's still the one we use today. The Gregorian calendar includes a leap year almost every 4 years. Here's the rule. Leap year happens every 4 years unless the year is divisible by 100. But there's an exception. Leap year can happen on a year divisible by 100 if it's also divisible by 400.
Because this helps adjust for the very slight discrepancy between the length of our day and the length of an astronomical day.
A complicated combination of math and science led to those rules. There's something else a little complicated about leap day for those born on the 29th. Remember Raynell?
Raynell Dawn, the leap day lady.
In 1988, she started a birthday club for people born on leap day.
And it has come to this, at leapyearday.com, the Honor Society of Leap Year Day Babies.
Members of that society started noticing they run into some similar issues. Take a driver's license, for example.
I was told when I moved to my state, you need to choose February 28 or March 1st because there's no February 29. It's not on the calendar. It's not in my computer. So do you want me to put February 28 or March 1st?
And online, when you register for almost anything these days, you're asked to enter your birthday.
Well, we put our birth date in, and this little window pops up and says, please enter valid date. And so my attention turned toward that, to be on a mission to correct the incorrections that need corrected. You may quote me.
The Leap Day lady contacts companies and tells them the error of their ways and suggests they add February 29th as an option. And she says technology is changing to accommodate that.
It's the most important date on the calendar, not the most important day, the most important date.
So what are birthday celebrations like when it's not a leap year?
It's very simple. Piece of cake, couple of tacos, a hamburger, whatever, and you're on your way. But when it's my actual birthday, my wife and my daughters go all out. They go completely all out.
We have Leap Day babies turning 13 and 15, and they're doing their bar and bat mitzvahs and their quinceañeras and things like that again as they're adults. How fun.
Because it only comes around every 4 years. Almost. I loved meeting the Leap Day
yes.
lady.
And I have to say, Mr. Castillo was pretty funny, too.
He was fantastic. Yes, he talked about how they blow it out on February 29th.
Yeah.
Yeah. So happy early birthday to all you Leap Day babies.
Accusing his wife of being a cougar. That was also funny.
He was a character.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something about being born on February 29th. I don't know. To check out all of our KSAT Explains coverage, scan the QR code you see here. Every episode explains an entirely different topic. You can catch them all on the KSAT YouTube page, ksat.com, and the KSAT Plus app. We'll be right back. News around America now. Guns are the leading cause of death for children in the U.S., and funding to help change that is low. A study in Health Affairs says roughly $12 million in federal research awards were annually granted to investigate pediatric firearm mortality from 2008 through 2017. Researchers say that breaks down to about $600 per child who died during that time span. Funding to study car safety and pediatric cancer amounted to thousands of dollars per death. Since 2020, Congress has allocated $25 million yearly for research on firearm injury prevention.
Former President Donald Trump plans to argue for presidential immunity in the classified documents case playing out in a Florida federal courtroom. It's the same defense a federal appeals court rejected Tuesday in a separate case against Trump, the election subversion case. But the two cases are very different. The election subversion case focuses on Trump's attempts to overturn the 2020 election results while he was still in office. Meanwhile, the documents case focuses on Trump's retention of classified material after he left office. The documents case currently scheduled for trial in May, but that could be delayed.
I'm curious what we can see of that sunset we took a look at earlier. There's
There
just
you
a
go.
little bit of it left with all those clouds out there, Adam.
And maybe you think you missed it, but somebody probably has a time lapse. I'm guessing.
Ooh.
That's right.
Do you? Are you that somebody?
Adam Lapsky over here has got it.
There you go.
Got that, and we also have some KSAT Connect photos too to share for you. It did turn out pretty nice across a good chunk of our area. 66 right now. It's actually going to be a warm night, relatively speaking. We'll drop down to 60 degrees at midnight and then just be on cruise control and stay there the rest of the night. Some fog and drizzle to talk about, and then a look at those weekend rain chances along with this sunset just a bit.
An 18-year-old high schooler arrested this afternoon. Joshua Castro is facing a capital murder charge in connection to a shooting that left 2 people dead last month. His alleged accomplice, Sebastian Toledo, was the teen who took his own life after being cornered by police in a far west side home earlier this week. SAPD is warning there may be other suspects.
The man whose body was found in a submerged vehicle in a Southside creek has been identified. The medical examiner's office says 23-year-old Eleazar Diego Flores pulled from a car in a creek along Highway 16 near Lone Star Pass in Leon Valley on Sunday. He was the only one in that vehicle.
The border security bill has now been blocked from advancing in the Senate. The vote was 49-50, but it was not split along party lines. Several key Republican senators voted in favor of the bill, and some Democratic senators voted against it. Killing the bill enables Chuck Schumer to force a procedural vote on an emergency aid package for Israel, Ukraine, and Taiwan. And that's your 60-second recap.
Had a friend of mine ask me today if Adam could pump up the rain chances on Friday because we need rain.
If only that's how it works.
I said, well, Saturday? That soon enough?
Asking you shall receive, right? That's all it was. Boosted the rain chances.
There you go.
We did it for you. You're welcome. Now, it still has to verify, but you're welcome.
Yeah.
And it does look more promising. It looks like the pattern's going to be a little better as we get into the upcoming weekend with a little more rain than even previously expected, but not a washout of a weekend. You'll still be able to get outside with some periods of dry weather. So don't expect just a continuous rain all weekend. That's not what we're saying. We'll get into that in a moment. First of all, our sunset this evening. It was a pretty good one, especially around Canyon Lake. Keep in mind, sunset now at 6:17 p.m. and slowly getting later. And this is down in Bigfoot, Texas. And then we got another around Canyon Lake. And you see the low clouds in the foreground? They got in the way a little bit of some of the higher clouds above them that could have given us even more color. I'll show you in the time lapse here. You'll see you don't get any of the good reflection off these low clouds in the foreground. You get them in the higher clouds there in the background. So those clouds kind of inhibited our view just a little bit. Good, not rowdy, just good. It was good, not exactly spectacular. Here's our overall pattern, and we still have this big dip in the upper level flow off to the west. Already some energy working its way into West Texas and the panhandle of Texas. That's kickstarting some showers. This basically energy-filled flow is slowly working its way overhead and will continue to do so and really reach its peak for us as we get into the upcoming weekend. Another round of heavy rainfall coming onshore in parts of California from San Francisco southward, now starting to creep its way into Los Angeles because this flow is just riddled with little disturbances within it. One is already moving away, and we'll get another one on its heels, and then the one that's going to affect us the most and shift the pattern is going to be this third one that on Saturday sets us up in a better position to give us more moisture from the Pacific and even the energy to help kickstart showers. And then it's also going to throw a little cold front through town on Sunday. Overall rainfall accumulations could get up to around an inch in some of the luckiest and most fortunate neighborhoods through Sunday. I do want to point out Saturday we could have a few thunderstorms in the morning, some rumbles of thunder, and where those set up, you'd have higher accumulations because you'd get some heavier rain. But there's that 60% chance Saturday and 40% chance on Sunday. I do want to point out between now and then, we'll have some foggy and damp and drizzly commutes. Visibility dropping a bit tonight and tomorrow morning. Could be a little more problematic in the hill country opposed to San Antonio, but I do think even around town, it'll be noticeable for the morning commute. Really, the next few mornings is when we can expect it. Ooh, sunset looking good right now on live cam. Nice glow off in the horizon with a gap in the clouds. 66 dew point of 54. Across the state, 46 Amarillo, 76 in Laredo. That's pretty much our range at the moment. We're in the 60s, and we're not going to see temperatures fall much tonight. Tomorrow morning, upper 50s right near 60. So a relatively warm start to the day, well above the average low of 43. Then by tomorrow afternoon, we make it into the lower 70s. Not much of a breeze, just that fog and drizzle through about 10 a.m. Near 70 tomorrow afternoon, and we're not going to see any big temperature changes until next week. You'll want the jacket because we'll have mornings back down into the upper 30s by next week, and afternoons only in the lower 60s. And notice, first time in many years, I actually remembered to put the Valentine's Day logo on Valentine's Day.
You did.
Thank you.
Round of applause.
Yes.
Thank you, Adam.
Slow clap.
All right, pizza partings and gambling otters in the buzz coming up. All right, lots of people are placing their bets on who will win Sunday's Super Bowl. Will it be the San Francisco 49ers or the 49ers, did I say that? Or the defending champs, the Kansas City Chiefs? Well, a couple of otters at the Texas State Aquarium in Corpus Christi have made their pick.
'Tis the season for animal betting. Arthur and Fisher are both 4 years old. Workers at the aquarium set up 2 ice cakes made of Jell-O. They watched to see which one the otters preferred. Now, Arthur ran straight to the cake, the Chiefs ice cake, while Fisher gave the 49ers a try, but decided it was too fishy. So, Kansas City it is.
Did he really decide it was too fishy, or was that a pun?
I think it was too fishy. He
Okay.
said, no thanks.
All right. Okay.
All right, next up, Pizza Hut.
When otters can talk on the buzz.
Yes. I like that name, Arthur the Otter.
Yeah.
Pizza Hut is serving up a sweet yet spicy way to end your relationship before Valentine's Day. Through February 14th, heartbreakers can send free hot and honey goodbye pies to their soon-to-be ex. The limited edition pizza comes in a custom box with a broken pizza heart and a spot to write their name.
You can ask Pizza Hut to send a breakup text to your future ex with a gift card for a goodbye pie. I'm not saying I would do that.
I'm saying that to Pizza Hut.
Yeah, Pizza Hut will do it. So while you might ruin their Valentine's Day, at least they won't be hungry. Log on to goodbyepies.com for a chance to snag one of these pizza parting of the ways.
So you're just the messenger is what you're saying?
Yeah.
That's probably Pizza Hut's excuse too. We'll be right back. Thanks for watching.
See you at 10.